In the ancient land of Israel, nestled in the hill country of Ephraim, lived a man named Elkanah. He had two wives, Peninnah and Hannah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had none. This was a source of great sorrow for Hannah, a heavy weight she carried every day. Each year Elkanah would take his family to Shiloh to worship and sacrifice to the Lord. He loved Hannah dearly and would give her a double portion of the sacrifice, trying to comfort her. But Peninnah, seeing this, would provoke Hannah relentlessly, mocking her for her barrenness until she would weep and couldn't even eat. Elkanah would try to console her, saying, "Hannah, why are you weeping? Why don't you eat? Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" But his words, though kind, couldn't fill the void in her heart. One year after they had eaten and drunk in Shiloh, Hannah's anguish became too much to bear. She stood up and went to the temple of the Lord. The priest Eli was sitting on his chair by the doorpost. In bitter distress, Hannah began to pray. Her shoulders shook with silent sobs as she poured out her soul to God. She made a vow, a solemn promise whispered from the depths of her being. "O Lord of hosts," she prayed, "if you will only look on your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life." As she continued praying, her lips moved, but her voice was silent. Eli, the priest, watched her. Seeing her lips move without a sound, he misunderstood. He thought she was drunk. "How long will you keep on getting drunk?" he demanded. "Get rid of your wine." But Hannah, with quiet dignity, answered him, "Not so, my lord," she said. "I am a woman who is deeply troubled. I have not been drinking wine or beer. I was pouring out my soul to the Lord. Do not take your servant for a wicked woman. I have been praying here out of my great anguish and grief." Eli realized his mistake. His tone softened. He saw the sincerity in her eyes and the depth of her pain. "Go in peace," he said, "and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." A wave of relief washed over Hannah. His words were a balm to her wounded spirit. "May your servant find favor in your eyes," she replied. She then left, her face no longer downcast. She went back to her family, and for the first time in a long time, she ate the seed of hope had been planted in her heart. Early the next morning, Elkanah and his family got up and worshipped before the Lord. Then they returned to their home in Ramah. In the course of time, the Lord remembered Hannah. He answered her prayer. She conceived and gave birth to a son. Her heart overflowed with a joy she had never known. She named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked the Lord for him." The name Samuel itself means heard by God, a constant reminder of the prayer that brought him into the world. When the time came for Elkanah to go up to Shiloh for the annual sacrifice, Hannah did not go with him. She told her husband after the boy is weaned, "I will take him and present him before the Lord, and he will live there always." This was the promise she had made, and she intended to keep it. Elkanah, a supportive and understanding husband, replied, "Do what seems best to you. Stay here until you have weaned him. Only may the Lord make good his word. So Hannah stayed home and nursed her son. The years passed quickly. Samuel grew from a baby into a young boy full of life and energy. The day finally came when he was weaned. It was a day of mixed emotions for Hannah. Her heart ached at the thought of parting with the child she had prayed for so desperately, but it was also filled with gratitude and a deep sense of purpose. True to her word, she took young Samuel to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. She also brought a 3-year-old bull, an ephah of flour, and a skin of wine for the sacrifice. They presented the child to Eli, the old priest. Hannah, holding her son's small hand, spoke to him. "Pardon me, my lord," she said. "As surely as you live, I am the woman who stood here beside you, praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given over to the Lord." Her voice was steady, filled with conviction. She had made a vow, and she was fulfilling it with a joyful and willing heart. And there, in the presence of the priest, they worshipped the Lord. Hannah's heart then erupted in a beautiful song of praise. A prayer of thanksgiving that has been treasured for generations. She sang, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. In the Lord my horn is lifted high. My mouth boasts over my enemies, for I delight in your deliverance. There is no one holy like the Lord. There is no one besides you. There is no rock like our God." Her song celebrated God's power to change fortunes, to lift the poor from the dust and seat them with princes. It was a testament to her unwavering faith and a declaration of God's sovereignty. Samuel remained in Shiloh, ministering before the Lord under the guidance of Eli the priest. Though he was just a boy, he wore a linen ephod, a garment of a priest. Each year, his mother Hannah would make him a little robe and take it to him when she went up with her husband for the annual sacrifice. Imagine the tender scene, Hannah seeing her son growing taller each year, carefully placing the new robe over his shoulders, her heart swelling with love and pride. Eli would bless Elkanah and Hannah, saying, "May the Lord give you children by this woman to take the place of the one she prayed for and gave to the Lord." And the Lord was gracious. He blessed Hannah, and she went on to conceive and give birth to 3 more sons and 2 daughters. Her home, once silent and filled with sorrow, was now filled with the laughter and joy of many children. The Lord had not only answered her initial prayer, but had blessed her beyond what she could have ever imagined. Meanwhile, her firstborn, Samuel, grew up in the presence of the Lord. He became a great prophet, a judge, and a leader in Israel. He was the one who would anoint the first 2 kings of Israel, Saul and David. The boy given to God became God's gift back to his people. Hannah's story is a powerful reminder that God hears our prayers, even those whispered in the silence of a broken heart. It shows us the power of persistent faith and the beauty of a promise kept. Hannah's sacrifice was great, but God's reward was even greater. Her legacy is not one of barrenness, but of fruitful faith that changed the course of a nation. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires.